Judging a person does not define how they are, it defines how you are. Now, you're probably watching this video because you're trying to grow, you're trying to make your life so much better, but you can't keep helping the fact that you keep looking down at other people that you see. Maybe it was just the way you grew up, you just happen to have been raised in that kind of way, and you're trying to change it, but you just physically can't, because every time you see someone you think negatively of them. And before I get on to how I was able to change that, because I used to look down at other people, now I don't, and the reason I'm able to do that is because of something that I managed to figure out. I'll get into that, but before I do that, I want to share a story first that I heard from Les Brown. So I was on YouTube and I was watching a Les Brown video, and essentially what he said was, there was a man that, so when he was in Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, he worked as a legislator or something like that, and essentially what happened was there was a person outside of a Capitol building. Next door there was a man that they called Chicken Man, and the reason why they called him Chicken Man is because he didn't talk. He only made the sound of a chicken, and that's all he did. He didn't do anything else, and he was made fun of because of it. However, they didn't understand his story. They didn't know his story. His story was this. So one day, the man was sleeping, and at 3 a.m. he woke up, and he smelt fires, and he saw fires in his own household. So instinctively, he jumped out the window to save himself. But when he got out of the house, he heard the screams of his wife and children being trapped inside by the fire and the flames, and he tried to go in to save them, but the flames were too big for him, and he physically couldn't go in there. And he watched his family die in front of him, and essentially he was found balled up. And when the fire marshal asked him if he was okay, he only made chicken sounds, and from that point onwards he was that traumatized that he physically could not speak again. He literally was only able to make the sound of a chicken, because when his family died, essentially he saw a chicken and he saw himself, and he said, "Why didn't you go in? Why didn't you save them? You chicken," kept on saying that. Then he was found, and then from that point on, he was so traumatized. The only thing he could say was, the only thing he could do is make the sound of a chicken, because that's how bad it got to him, and people had judged him for that. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I noticed that a lot of people judge others based on their appearance, based on what car they drive, what clothing they wear, all of these other things that they have. Sometimes behavioral, of course, but they don't understand the full story behind it. But as humans, as we go past each other, as we walk past people, we tend to judge them instantly in the first microsecond that we see them, and that's just human nature. And the reason why that we do that, I don't actually know the reason but the reason why we would do that is because we want to understand who they are before we can approach them, if we wanted to. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think it is, or what the real reason is. But essentially, what happens is, as you go past, you judge someone based on their appearance. So say, for example, you're walking down the street and you see someone coming towards you, and they're dressed in like a puffer jacket, they're dressed in or maybe like a tracksuit or something, or it's like their trousers are like hung low, they're carrying like a man bag or something like that, smoking a cigarette and like swearing on their phone or something like that, or blasting out really loud obnoxious music, for instance. You're not going to have the most positive, chances are you're probably not going to think positively of them. You're just going to think something negatively, like, wow, this person is so rude, this person is obnoxious, this person is disgusting, etc. Whereas if you see someone dressed in like a suit, for instance, and they're dressed really nicely, they've gone out of their way to look really good, you'll probably think, okay, this person looks like a professional, he dressed like a professional, he must be very successful in life. And the problem I had was, even though despite the fact when I grew up I didn't have much money, but despite the fact I didn't have that, I still looked at people and I still passed judgment. Although I didn't say it out loud, obviously, but I passed judgment, and it wasn't always positive. and I wanted to stop that constantly, but I just didn't know how. I tried just ignoring all judgment, just looking and trying to look away, but it just didn't work. It just made things worse. I just kept on focusing on that one person and ignoring what was happening at the time. I try to imagine people as, I was told to imagine people as blobs, which is rather weird, but that didn't work for me either. But now I'm about to tell you what actually did work for me, and hopefully this works for you. So what I did was, I envisioned that everyone around me, everyone that I see, is massively successful in their fields. Because obviously, all we want in our life is we want happiness, we want success, and when you look at someone and you see them as massively successful, you see people and you just think successful, you think positively, and you think, okay, I want to be successful too. You're not wasting time spreading negativity, you're using time spreading positivity and thinking positively. So what I do is, whenever I saw someone, I would say, I would just think in my head, okay, just looking at someone, I'd say, okay, he's probably a multi-millionaire, billionaire, successful entrepreneur, famous author, something. Even if it's not true, chances are, the probability is it's not going to be, you're going to be completely wrong about what the actual truth is. But hopefully this will help you, because it will stop you from thinking about the way a person's dressed, what car a person drives, and relating that to any things and making your own choice and judgment when you don't actually know the whole story. But whereas if you think something positively of them, something that's probably even better than what they currently have, then you're not actually thinking bad about someone, you're thinking good about what they could become and what you can do to become a very successful person in the future. This doesn't actually have to relate just to millionaire, billionaire status. You could be someone that wants to be a doctor, and you can say, okay, this person, he's a successful neurosurgeon, he's a successful cardiac surgeon, I don't know, he discovered the cure to cancer or something like that. Or a lawyer, he's a successful corporate lawyer for a massive firm. Artist, he's a very famous artist, he's renowned across the planet for his art, or something like that. Whatever, make it up, because you will have to. And when you do that, you don't think negatively, you only think positively, and that way you're not focused on what the shortcomings of others. All you're focusing on is the strengths of your own and what you want to become. And I hope that has helped clear out how you can stop judging others. And if you did enjoy this video, please drop a like. If you're new around here, subscribe. Also, a quick update, I have recorded vlogs when I was in America and Canada, but being honest, I've not actually uploaded. Obviously, as you see, my last video was a vlog, but I've got all the footage, but I'm very tempted not to edit. I've not even started editing them, but I'm really tempted not to actually upload, for the sole purpose being that I don't feel that the quality is there. I mean, the chances are I will eventually get around to it. I will upload all of the vlogs, and they will be out there, just because I know maybe it might entertain you, maybe you might find some value. If I didn't put any value inside of it, well, I hope I did. And maybe you want to go to one of the cities that we went to, and you're just wondering, okay, what's there to see in this city? So if I ever decide to go, I can check out these specific areas that we went to. So maybe that will help. But yeah, that's all for now. If you did enjoy this video, drop a like. If you're new, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.